Hello everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to Lucid9. Without any further ado, let's jump into it. The moment I'm back, I take a quick shower, still feeling grimy from the river water. As I soak my uniform in a tub of detergent, my phone suddenly pings in my pocket. I wipe off my hands before I steal a glance. Rui! Okay, at least she's still alive. Hopefully. That is the hope here. Going home tonight. Parents signed exemption from curfew. You don't need me for anything, right? Going home? All of a sudden? Well, I guess that her house is only 1 hour away by the subway, but by the time she gets back, it'll already be 8:30. I'm fine. Everything okay? I wait, but don't receive another message. Oh no. Well, suit herself. At least I asked. I hang my uniform over the shower and head to the living room, plopping down on the sofa. It's been such a long day, it's definitely nice to catch my breath for a second. We should have called Ruri to see if she's, Ruri. Or not. I wearily crack the door open, but it's just Misaki, twirling her phone between her fingers in obvious worry. Misaki? Now that I think about it, she wasn't at school today, was she? I widen the gap in the door, pasting on a smile. What brings you here? Are you about to sleep so early? What? Oh, right. Showered in my pajamas. No, this is, well, a long story. What have you been up to? I didn't see you in school today. I was preoccupied with work due to the Kusonoki incident. I came to thank you for yesterday. You could have just called me. I wanted to thank you in person. Something about her tone tells me that isn't the only reason she came, but I'm really not in the mood to probe her about it. Yeah, we're no Ailamau. It was no problem. I'll see you tomorrow, Miki. I begin closing the door, but she stops it with her foot. Ah, of course! Yama, is there something wrong? What makes you say that? Answering a question with another question just proves that there is. I'm here if you want to talk about it. Besides, there's something I've been meaning to tell you myself. Are you gonna confess your feelings to me or something? What? Invite Misaki in! Now's not a good time! Well, yeah, of course we're gonna invite Misaki in. God, what are we? Sure, come in. I step to the side so she can enter. She glances around my apartment as she slides her shoes against the wall. So, this is your apartment? It's a lot cleaner than I expected. Thanks, I think. After examination, she perches on my sofa. I slouch beside her. About my outburst yesterday. I'm sorry you had to see that. It's fine. You don't have to apologize. I don't even remember. I do. I was out of line. I just didn't want to affect your relationship with Rui. Don't tell me you're trying to pair us up too. Oh! Oh shit! I wasn't expecting that! Fuck! You gotta warn me next time, game! Whew! Oh! Now I got whiplash! Whew! Misaki suddenly grabs me by the collar, a hard glint in her eyes. What's the deal? You've practically known her forever. I just don't feel that way about her. How do you feel about her then? She's just a friend. She examines me for a moment, not critically, but extremely bewildered. It's clear that Rui doesn't feel the same way. Have you spoken to her about it? She wouldn't take it well. I'd only end up hurting her. Don't you think avoiding the subject would hurt her more? Yeah, we're learning this in Narcissuside second. Fucking Yama. We're already learning this. Come on. You gotta know. You gotta gotta know this shit. Come on. How would it hurt her? She's holding back in hopes that you make the first move. It's Romance 101, Yama. I can't exactly do anything about that, Miki. She sighs, releasing me as she slumps back into the sofa. I still think you should have a talk with her. Rationally speaking, she's right. Maybe it's unfair. Maybe I'm being selfish, but Ruri's my friend, and first and foremost, I'm not sure if I want to lose that. I'll keep that in mind. She waves her hand dismissively. Anyway, mind explaining that bruise on your face? What? Oh, yeah. The argument I had with Masato. I lay my head back, unsure of where to begin. Obviously, I can't tell her the whole story. I'm not sure how she'd react if I mentioned that I almost drowned today, especially since she knows about my condition. I got into a fight with Masato earlier. Really? About what? A sudden flood of negative emotions pounds me as I recall the event. I don't even know. He just seemed angry. Kept telling me that I wasn't trying hard enough. I thought he was talking about track. He's been trying to get me to join track every day. But it didn't sound like it. Obviously! I see. Misaki considers this for a moment as she twirls her phone between her fingers. I used to have a friend in Seto some years ago. At first, we never really got along much, to be honest. Every time I asked if he wanted to hang out with me, he usually refused, so I ended up dragging him along anyway. After a while, I started to think that he might have hated me. I could have just stopped talking to him, but it made me angry that he didn't want to tell me what his problem was. So one day I just snapped at him. Thinking back on it now, I feel really bad for doing it, because I didn't know that he was dealing with his own issues. Her words came out in barely a whisper, her eyes drifting to the floor. Oh, I guess I should have whispered that. I'm sorry. She's talking about me, isn't she? I feel a knot form in my chest as the memories from back then resurface. No, I'd rather not be reminded of that time. Not again. Not so soon. What exactly is your point, Misaki? My words come out harsher than intended, but I don't apologize. She seems a bit taken back at my response. I think whatever's bothering Masato must be something personal. Otherwise, he would have outright told you what his problem was. I suppose she's right in a way. It's just that Masato's so straightforward about everything. For him to be so roundabout now is understandably strange. Anyway, I'm in the mood for some from some fresh air. From some fresh fucking air. Why? I was getting so into it, and then you hit me with that. Why did you have to do that? You ruined it. You ruined it for me, game. You ruined it. Let me start over, and I will correct it. Anyway, I'm in the mood for some fresh air. What about you? I guess she must have noticed that she brought up a touchy side project. Sure, why not? I've noticed the school's rooftop is a great place for stargazing. We should go there now. The school's locked down at this hour. Curfew, remember? And your point is? Is she actually suggesting that we break into the school? I guess a change of scenery would probably do me some good. Dude, if you do that, you might get, you might be a suspect. Lead the way. Oh my god, are you serious? I'm gonna yell at Yama for doing this. Yama! You might be suspected for doing the crimes. You shouldn't be out on campus when you don't even live there. You don't even live there. You're not allowed on campus. Boy! Why do I keep slapping my hand? She smiles as she darts out into the street. I follow closely, taking in the brisk evening air. Oh wow, what lovely, exciting music for breaking into a school! Why am I so angry about that? I think I'm still angry about the whole from fresh air thing. Ah! We pull up at the front gate, slightly out of breath. I slide my card through the receptor, but it only buzzes at me. What? The curfew keeps out off-campus students and automatically reports on-campus students who return late. So what, do we climb the gate? It's armed, Yama. There are laser sensors. My card is exempt, remember? She slides her card. Sure enough, the receptor blinks green. Misaki props the gate open with a smirk. Ladies first. You're such a gentleman. She only giggles as I pass through the gate. So, where to? The classroom building has a side door for the janitor. It's accessible by key rather than card. We can head to the rooftop from there. When'd you get the building key? Never. She darts to the side of the building, gesturing for me to follow her. I squint through the darkness as she kneels down, feeling the side of the building. Finally satisfied, she withdraws something from within her jacket. It's a plain fabric case, which she unzips and dumps on the ground. What's that? Shh! Oh no, is it a lock-picking set? Oh my god. She picks up, or kit. Set, kit, same thing. Oh my god. My hand itches now from slapping it. I don't know. She picks up two thin metallic objects from the ground. They glint in the dim streetlight. Are those bobby pins? Yes they are. Pretty close to a lockpick set, I guess. I don't know. She hastily bends the larger... It's like a DUI lockpick set, kit. She hastily bends the larger one at a right angle and snaps the smaller one in half. Then turns to the door. I peer over her shoulder, trying to see. You're standing in my light. Oh, sorry. I crouch for a better viewpoint. She's unusually focused as she threads the large pin at the bottom of the lock, pushing it downwards with her thumb. I didn't know you could pick locks. Don't tell my agent. What? Why would I do that? Don't post it on Patter. Don't post it on Patter either. Wouldn't even know how. Satisfied, she inserts the smaller pin into the top of the lock, wiggling it gently. Ah, there we go. I hear a satisfying click, and the door gently swings open. Misaki smiles proudly and waltzes inside. Well? I'm right behind you. God, this is a bad idea. She disappears into the darkness. I step after her. Dude, this is a bad idea. I don't like this. As we plod up the stairs, I decide to satisfy some of my questions. Neat trick. Where'd you learn it? It's better not to know. What if I want to learn? I doubt your criminal material, Yana. And you are? Come on, I'm just curious. Where was it? Finishing school? Princess training? A playful giggle betrays her amusement, but she quickly clamps it short. If you must know... District 6. If I recall, she had told Rui that she moved there with Satomi. We're here. Before I'm able to ask her about it, she pushes through the door and onto the rooftop. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Dude, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. I mean, I know I'm not gonna use it for the thumbnail, but damn, nice. I don't know, I just like nice background art sometimes. Is that so wrong to take screenshots of? I don't think it is. I think it's nice. I like it. It's very nice. It's peaceful. I want to be able to... Like, I think the reason I'm so fascinated with, like, background art is because, like, I want to be able to do that someday. I suck at doing, like, backgrounds and shit. I suck at that, but I want to be this good someday. I mean... Sure, there's always better than this. I'm not saying that this is bad, but, you know, I want to be at least as good as this someday. But that takes practice, and recently I haven't really been practicing on backgrounds. I've only been, like, focusing on characters and proportions and all of that. The struggle the struggle of an artist is real, and this, I like how this music is like kind of sad and calm at the same time. It's like I'm talking about my horrible drawing skills of backgrounds. I'm like, ugh, pity me. I feel like one of those like YouTubers or like, this is good. I didn't want to make this video, and like it's like an apology video, and like the first thing they do is sigh and they play like sad background music. So it's like, pity me, and they're like, I didn't want to make this video. But it's like, if you didn't want to make the video, then why the fuck are you making it? Jesus Christ. It's so fake. And then sometimes they bring in like a cuddly, fluffy animal, so it's, and they're like, I don't know how I'm gonna start this video. And it's just like, oh, give me more pity points because I have a dog or a cat in the video. It's a cute animal, and blah, blah, blah. I like how I'm just talking about this. Anyways, well, she's right about one thing. The scenery is beautiful at this hour. Despite the noticeable light pollution, it's not difficult to see the copious amount of stars in the sky. Silver streams of glitter populate the colored expanse around the moon, smiling down at the bustling city below. Everyone turns into a bunch of stars when they die? If they did something to super duper impress the heavens, I guess. Oh! What the fuck was that? Excuse me. Okay, can I say something? Her face looks really weird. I mean, from, if you're looking at it just like with your head completely straight, it's kind of fine, but when you tilt your head so that it's tilted with hers, it definitely does look weird. I like how I'm just like criticizing art or just talking about the art in general. Like, it looks really derpy when you look at it with your head tilted to your right hand side. When you tilt it like that, it looks really weird. Now, if you tilt your head to the left, it looks normal. But tilt your head to the right, and it's just like, well, that is definitely weird, because her, well, I guess, left-hand side, her eye is a little bit too high. Now, if it was, you know, if you had guidelines, it would have been, like, slightly, like, it would be leveled. It looks like this person drew it without like turning the canvas at all, so that's why it probably looks so weird. Because when you turn the canvas, then obviously you're gonna see that her left eye is way higher than her right eye should be, and it's not proportional, despite the angle. Because if it was normal angle, obviously it would look still higher if it's kept at, you know what, I'm bad at explaining things. I hope I explained it enough. I should probably just take a screenshot for the thumbnail anyways, but like, you guys get what I'm saying, alright? Like, you know what I mean? I'm not an art critic. I mean, I like criticizing art sometimes. I don't consider myself an art critic, though I am interested in the genre. But I'm interested in only, like, you know, the useful stuff and maybe making jokes once in a while, but honestly, if I ever do get into art critiques, I'm gonna try to be not as nice as possible, but not use harsh words, you know? But I don't think anything I just said was harsh. But yeah. I like how I'm just talking about art and shit. And I'm supposed to be like, you know, talking about the game. I'm sorry. I like talking about things when I'm playing games, because I feel like sometimes it's relevant and sometimes it's not, or sometimes something in a game reminds me of something and I like talking about it, because, you know, this is my channel. I can do what I want. This is the kind of content I make. If you don't like it, you don't have to subscribe or anything. You don't have to do anything. Hell, you can even just fucking leave a meme in the comments. I don't care. I'm not all about that, man. I'm just doing this for fun, and I like talking about myself, because, like, this is like venting. Like, I get to express myself in something that barely anybody watches, which is fine. I don't mind. I don't care if 100 people will watch it. I don't care if 1,000 people will watch it. Well, maybe just a little bit. More or less like care as in like, oh my god, why are so many people watching me? But like, I don't think it's, I don't want it to affect me, you know? I don't care. I know barely anyone watches these videos in the first place. So if a bunch of people started watching them, I got a lot of views on these videos. Because I know I got a lot of views on my other videos, like Jake Paul one, the fanfiction ones. I get a few views on those. But not so much as my newer content. But I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. But I would be like, why? What did I do to make so many people watch my newer videos? Like, that's what. But anyways, I need to fucking focus on the game. I'm sorry. I smile bitterly as I settle next to Misaki on the bench. I bet most of this video is just gonna be me talking about other shit besides, like, focusing on the game. I'm sorry. That's why this is probably gonna be a little bit longer. Pretty, isn't it? Yeah. It reminds me of the time we met at the festival. You haven't changed much since then, you know. You're always a strong person. That's a bit of an overstatement. Oh, look, I made her sad. Misaki shakes her head, her expression solemn. I'm gonna take another screenshot of your face. I hope you are ready for that. I like having options for thumbnails, you know? It makes me feel like I have a variety. I have lots of things to choose from. I don't have to just pick one. Although picking one is, like, having just one option is the easier way, because sometimes it's just like, oh, there's too many good things to use. I can't pick. You know? I guess you don't know. I'm not sure. You guys take thumbnails of your games for videos of the said games and have a hard time deciding which one to use? I don't know. Honestly, Yama, I mean it. If you weren't, you probably wouldn't even be here right now. What do you mean? Yuri told me what happened after I had left Seto. Oh, alright. Do you resent me, Yama? Of course not. It's not like you wanted to move, right? Yes, but... She pauses, unsure of how to continue. I'm sure you still want to know why I moved, don't you? I would be lying if I said that I didn't. So I nod. She takes a moment to collect herself before speaking. Do you remember when my father had lost his job? It was around Ruri's birthday. Yeah, I remember that. Well, when my mother found out, she wasn't exactly so understanding. Instead of supporting him, she actually blamed him for not working hard enough. You weren't assertive. You always let people walk all over you. You're weak, useless, pathetic. That's Misaki's mother's voice. Misaki digs her nails into her skirt until her knuckles turn white. Ouch. Have you ever... I actually want... You know what? This is a little bit related. Let me talk. So... I used to have a really bad nail biting habit, and now I've kind of got over it, but it's kind of coming back, but not really. Like, I don't bite all my nails off. Like, I used to, like, bite it down to, like, it would hurt, you know, that's so short, and then I'm like, I hate having short nails. I want to have long nails, so, like, one day I just decided, oh, I'm not gonna do that anymore, and I let my nails grow out, and, like, they really growed out. And, I mean, of course, they're a little bit shorter now. I mean, they're still pretty long, but still. They got long to a point where, like... I mean, not super, super long, like, creepy, crazy long nails. But they were pretty long. Like, I could touch a desk and not have even my finger touch it. It would be my nail. And, they were pretty strong, I have to admit. But, because one of the things I hated about growing up my nails was that they were always weak at first, you know, so they're easy to break. But this time I was, like, using, like, nail polish every day, like, putting nail polish, not on every day, but, like, putting it on, just so, like, as a support system, really, I guess. That was my mindset anyways, but so like one time I remember like being so fucking tired, like really tired, like I was like I couldn't really control my body. I was just really tired, and I was like, I think I was pulling up my blanket on my bed, like laying down and stuff, and I feel like a little stabbing pain in my thigh, and like I didn't know what it was, and I just fell asleep, and then I woke up, and then there's like a little. I had stabbed myself in the thigh with my thumbnail. My thumbnail. But the nail of my thumb. I stabbed myself in the thigh. And I'm like, ow, well, fuck. And then later, like a few months later, actually, I did the same thing again with the same hand on the same exact part of the thigh. Or same thigh, same hand, same thumb. It was like, why did I do this again? So I had stabbed myself twice in the thigh with my thumb. I don't know if I have any scars of it or anything. But, yeah, that hurt a lot. But anyways. And the reason I told you all this story was because she was digging her fingers into her skirt. Or leg. I mean, if the way I imagined it was like, I don't know. But anyways, it wasn't his fault, of course. Oh my god. Sorry, I had a burp. It wasn't his fault, of course. After the financial crash, my father's company went under, so there really wasn't much he could do. Eventually, he started working for a construction company. The pay wasn't at all that great, but something was better than nothing, He worked himself to the bone while my mother was out doing God knows what. Then one day, he just never came home. It wasn't rare for him to take extra shifts, so I assumed that he was still working. But when my mother began selling his things, I realized that something was wrong. I still remember what she told me when I asked her about it. He's dead. He won't be needing it anymore. She turns to me, her eyes shimmer in the moonlight as she wipes her face with her sleeve. June? I don't know how to pronounce it. June? I'm gonna say June. And I feel bad if it's not, but whatever. June had died? I didn't believe her. I didn't want to believe her. Dead? How could he be dead? But he was. There was no denying it. They said he had overdosed on painkillers while he was out working. I wanted to believe that it was an accident, that he didn't mean to take so many, but honestly, I don't know. He was so stressed, so tired, so restricted. There's an ache in my chest as past images flicker in my mind. Oh, that is one past image. That is a flickering in your mind. Interesting. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that because I don't know when I'll ever see it again. I like how I'm just taking screenshots of everything. I'm just like, I like this, I like that, for posterity's sake, for the sentimental value. Sentimental utensil. I grit my teeth in an attempt to dispel them. So, that's why you moved. Misaki nods solemnly. We couldn't afford staying in Seto, so my mother and I moved to District 6 soon after my father died. I never went to his funeral, never said goodbye to my friends. We just left. A silence pervades over the rooftop as I digest this information. Although I don't remember Satomi much, I would have never imagined she would do something like that. I guess that explains Misaki's resentment towards her. Do you still live with her? Misaki averts her gaze, again, twirling her phone between her fingers. It must be a nervous habit of hers. She couldn't care for me anymore. I eventually had to move in with my grandparents. That's why I'm attending the academy, and why I work part-time for Lotus. I noticed Misaki's hands trembling. As close as we were, it must have been hard for her to tell me about her father. I feel like I should comfort her somehow, but I haven't a clue how to go about it. That's mostly Rui's department. An idea strikes me, and I whip out my phone, placing it on Misaki's lap. What's this? My phone. What does it look like? I don't know. I know that. What do you want me to do with it? I was wondering if you could show me how to use Patter. Oh, look at that. We made her smile. It still looks really fucked up when you turn your head to the right, though. God. I'm sorry. I'm complaining about it. But it's a nice image. I'm just saying you gotta lower that eye a little bit. It just looks really weird. Especially where, the jawline, the cheekbones. Like, it just, I don't know. It looks wrong to me. If it looks wrong to me, I'm sure it looks wrong to some other people, Let me know if it also looks wrong to you guys. Especially when you turn your head to the right. And I mean right-hand side, Because it does for me. It does. It really does. I'm sorry. But anyways, she regards me with an upturned brow for a moment, but then breaks into a bright smile. Of course! Without hesitation, she picks up my phone and expertly swipes across the screen. First, you need to go to Patter's web address. Mm-hmm. Then you have to register for a new account. Uh-huh. What do you want your username to be? Can it just be my actual name? Only if you want it to be boring. So what's the problem? I'll just choose one for you. Don't give me something too embarrassing, Miki. Don't worry, it'll only be mildly embarrassing. Perfect. She taps at the screen in quick succession. When she's finished, she brings it up to my face. How's this? Yams? It's cute, right? I don't know. Too late, I signed in. Miki! Look at that dopey smile. Misaki giggles as she fiddles with her own phone by her side. Now you need some followers. I'll be your first. Followers? They're people who can view your pats. Pats? Pats are updates where you can type a message in 90 characters or less. You also have the option to attach a file to your pats. Wasn't it like for Twitter it's 180, right? 180 characters, so 90? Wow, you're going for a stretch here! File? I know you know what files are, Yama. Honestly, I don't. Honestly, I do. I just want to annoy her. Files are pictures, videos, documents, things like that. Oh, interesting. A few seconds later, a soft ping emanates from my phone. There we go. So you're following me now? Yep. And how many followers do you have? Have a look. Tap on my profile. She hands me my phone and I do as instructed. Wait, this number can't be right. It says that you have over 9,000 followers! Over 9,000 followers. I'm sorry. I tried to replicate the meme and it failed. How do you even get that many people? Misaki shrugs, as if she doesn't know either. I suppose it's because I work for Lotus. Ah, that makes sense. I take a moment to browse through Patter. It seems pretty self-explanatory. Write an update, your followers view said update, and they have the option to share it with their own followers. Honestly, it's not the most exciting thing I've seen, but I can understand why some people find it addicting. So, what should I post? Anything you want! Usually I try attaching pictures since they get more attention. Okay. Why not pat something about the stars? The Patter veteran must have noticed my confusion as she offers a suggestion. You wouldn't see them with my camera. Oh, you're right. Why not? No, you could... Misaki scrunches her face in thought as she glances around for something to pat about. Does she really put this much thought into it?
Oh! What's that?
Hmm? I tried tracing her gaze, but see nothing. I don't see anything.
There, near the tree.
There are a bunch of trees up here, Miki. She grabs my head and points furiously ahead of us. I strain my eyes in the darkness, trying to make out the faint image. Sure enough, I spot something small lying on one of the benches. Is that a cat? I don't know whether to be more surprised at Misaki's remarkable eyesight or the fact that there is a random cat on the school rooftop.
Let's go pat it.
What if it has rabies? It could claw you.
Don't tell me you're scared of little kitty, Yama.
I never said that I was scared.
Then quit complaining and follow me. Can cats get rabies? I guess I can.
Not allowing any room for argument, Misaki slowly stalks over to the mysterious feline, leaving me alone on the bench. I sigh deeply. I don't know why I bother. Fine, but I'm not touching it. I follow her lead, walking behind her. As we draw closer, the cat's ears perk up. We immediately stop in our tracks. It's gonna run away.
Shh!
Hearing us, the cat lazily turns its head in our direction. Its eyes glower at us in a brilliant green. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'm sorry. It looks weird to me. Glower. Sorry. I don't think he's happy we disturbed his nap.
It's a she.
How do you know?
Trust me.
I've been around quite a few strays before. That doesn't really prove much, but I don't have the cat expertise to question her. Misaki inches closer. I hold my breath as she deftly lays her hand on the cat's head. Surprisingly, it doesn't jump at her, instead focusing its attention on grooming itself.
We should name her.
You're not thinking of taking it, are you?
Of course not. I'm not allowed to anyway.
She says this dejectedly as she strokes the cat's black fur. Getting a closer look, I notice its right ear is clipped as if it's been in a fight. What about Clipper?
What kind of name is Clipper for a girl?
You asked for a name? You didn't say it had to be good.
What about Chocola?
Chocola?
It's perfect, don't you think? She's a black coat.
I guess? A notification ping redirects my attention to my phone. Oh, right. I should probably go ahead and pat the cat. Yes, let's pat the cat! I aim my camera at Misaki and Chocola. Chocola yawns, but remains relatively unaffected by the picture.
Now just type your message and you've made your first pat.
Alright. Unsure of what to type, I put something generic. On rooftop with Miki and Chocola. As I post the pat, I notice the timestamp on the update. Is it really this late? We should probably get going now.
But Chocola,
I'm sure we'll see her again. Probably, I think. Misaki stands up, elbowing me playfully.
then I'll race you to the bottom of the stairs.
She's blushing and everything. Before I chance to react, Misaki bolts away without warning. We should just take the cat ourselves. I'd be like, you're my new pet, Chocolate. Oh, now I'm sad. We're leaving the cat all by herself. I speed after her, yelling in indignation, but smiling all the while. We shouldn't be yelling in a school that we shouldn't be on in camp. We shouldn't be yelling on school campus when we shouldn't be on school campus in the first place. That calls attention to us. We don't just run to the bottom of the stairs. We stop only when we hit the gate, tapping the receptor in some twisted form of relay race.
I win!
You got a head start!
Still won.
You never did play fair. I take a moment to catch my breath before speaking again. Say, Miki. Thanks for telling me. She looks confused for a moment, but then seems to remember.
I should be the one thanking you.
Huh? For what?
For listening to what I had to say.
I smile warmly. Of course. I'll see you later, Miki.
Good night, Yama.
She slides her card, the gate swings open. I head back to my apartment, relishing the crisp night air, my dread all but dissipated. Sleep comes quickly to me. Oh. I wake in a daze, staring emptily at the ceiling. My jaw is pounding in pain and my lungs are still burning. Seems like drowning isn't great for your health. Who would have thought? I briefly checked the time. Still early. Way early. Oh, it's 6:24. Oh, interesting. And it looks like I've gotten yet another email. Oh. Well, perhaps you do have a chance. A chance that you are not looking for, because it frightens you. Do what you think is right, Mr. Troll, even if there are those who mock you or do not understand you. Sorry, I didn't see the you. Best of luck. Do or do not. It's so accurate that I can only stare in disbelief. A single ridiculous thought comes to my mind. It's as if I'm speaking to myself. But that's just crazy, right? It can't be. I was there when the first replies came. They came quickly. They came consecutively. I didn't lapse. I didn't skip. But there are ways to schedule emails. What if I knew how I would respond? No, this is stupid and ridiculous, and I just need to stop thinking. I hope you're right. None of my friends really get what's going on. I can't tell them either. What do you think the right choice is? There. The test. If the recipient knows what I'm talking about. I'm so paranoid. I stumble out of bed and change into my uniform, and then dig through the fridge for some breakfast. Porridge, fruit, eggs. Yeah! Akira? Why would Akira be calling me? Oh no. Is it about Ruri? Hello?
Yama! Thank heavens!
The relief in her voice is palpable. Is everything okay?
Oh god, I knew it! It is about Rui! Oh my god, no!
Oh no! Something did happen! Oh god damn it! I fucking knew it!
Have you seen Rui? Please tell me you've seen Rui. She left the dorms and she hasn't come back and...
Wait, slow down. She went home for the night, remember?
Home?
She sounds genuinely bewildered. Didn't she tell you? Silence on the other end. When Akira speaks again, her voice is shaking.
Oh, yeah. Pardon me, Colonel. It slipped my mind like an eel on a peel.
Did Ruri not tell Akira? But how could Akira not know? They're roommates. More than that, they're best friends. Unless they got into a fight. Then it all would make sense. Why Ruri went home all of a sudden, even if she could only stay for a few hours. Why Akira wouldn't know of her whereabouts. I could bring it up. It seems to be bothering her. I'm gonna ask. This sounds like it could be urgent. Did something happen between you and Ruri?
I can't really hide anything from you, can I, Colonel?
I should feel accomplished, but the pain in her voice robs me of any sense of triumph. If you don't want to talk about it...
No, actually, well...
She goes off awkwardly. I decide to help her along. Want me to come to school?
Could you?
Well, I am physically capable of walking.
Oh, Colonel, you know what I mean.
I'll meet you in the cafeteria in 15.
Okay. Thanks, Yama.
She quickly hangs up, leaving me to wolf down my breakfast. I jog to school just as the sun begins to creep into the sky, washing the chilly night air with a hint of warmth. Akira is waiting by the front gate, eyes fixed on her shoes. Once again, I'm stricken by how empty the entrance is.
Oh, Colonel.
Morning.
Morning.
I notice her unusual reaction, but decide to let it go. cafeteria?
Yeah.
She leads the way to the school dining hall, her footsteps heavy against the brick pathway beneath her feet. The large, extravagant room is so remarkably empty. Only a few early stragglers are scattered around the corners, scrolling idly through their phones or bobbing their heads to music. Hey! Nice! Her eyes look... Oh! Okay, when you turn your head to the left... Yeah, they don't look right, but... It looks okay. It looks okay. I like how like, every time, like, their head's tilted, it's just like, tilt your head the other way, and you'll see the problem. So this must be the ones... Because I thought the choices earlier were, like, we were all hanging out with them and stuff. I thought that was, like, the thing that the guide was talking about, like, you know, say yes to all the options. I thought that was what it meant, but apparently... Well, maybe, but also probably this too, because I wasn't expecting this. Well, actually, as soon as, like, I came up with the option of don't ask and ask, I knew that this is probably what was gonna happen this episode. But anyways. Akira leads me to a table near the wall, settling in a cushioned chair with her arms resting lightly on her knees. Well, we're not near a wall, we're near the fucking window.
Can I ask you something, Colonel?
What?
Why did you come?
Why did I come? What kind of a question is that? You seemed awfully torn up about something.
And that's why you came?
Oh, look at her so sad. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it because I love seeing things be sad. I don't know. Oh my god. I love it when things are sad. That's my favorite hobby. Is seeing sad things. And be like, oh, that's so sad. I guess.
But what about Rui?
Huh?
You were worried about her, right? She is, after all, your one true love.
Oh my god, don't say that shit. I'm taking another... Don't say that shit or else I'm gonna take another screenshot. Oh, anyways, I'll take another screenshot regardless, actually. I don't care.
I just like having all these images, guys. I like choosing them.
Maybe I could make like a little,
not really like a compilation image of all these.
I can only snort. She's my friend, if that's what you mean.
And you honestly don't feel anything for her?
Are all the girls gonna be asking me how I feel about Rui? Are they serious? Not romantically. Weren't we supposed to be talking about her and Rui and not me and Rui? What is it?
We fought.
The words are so plain and direct that it takes me a moment to process.
After the impromptu drama performance, she was really upset.
From the performance?
That would have been nice, but no. I'd tell you why, Colonel, but then I'd have to kill you.
Rapidly switches between saying something deathly serious and saying something flippant. I'm not sure how to react to her words. Right, and
war was to be had. We turned against one another, brother against brother, and mother against mother. The words were harsh, the strikes were unclean, and neither claimed victory.
Her wild imagination seems to be getting the better of her. From what I can tell, she and Rui just had a terrible argument. So, what happened?
Her forces fled and did not return. For 5 hours and half an hour, we lay in wait, readying our weapons for the moment when they would once again lay siege to our fortress. But that time never came.
You waited 5.5 hours for her to come back?
Coot, you're so unimaginative, Colonel.
On the contrary, I'm pretty sure that Akira has a little too much imagination. it borderlines on delusion. I won't judge, though. Not today. If anything, her scenarios seem to be a coping mechanism. Why didn't she tell you she was going home? Was that argument that terrible?
It lasted for 7 score years and resulted in billions of casualties.
So it must have been incredibly intense. Interesting. I'd never witnessed Akira and Rui in a fight. With their similar personalities, I would have thought that they would try to solve things peacefully. Still, you were worried about her. You're a good friend.
No, I'm a terrible friend. I'm just like a politician. I'm too scared to do anything directly, so I become a liar to get what I want.
This harsh self-criticism is enough to unsettle me. Perhaps it's simply my inner nature to be contradictory and a devil's advocate, but I want to counter everything she has to say. An actual terrible friend would never say that.
So you may say, but this isn't anything new, Colonel. I can't seem to help anyone. Not myself, not as Shadowbell, not as myself, not as Shadowbell, not as a dragon.
My brain suddenly makes a connection and finally I understand something. Is that why you try so hard to be different?
Different people change the world, Colonel.
Aren't you just lying to yourself? She smiles sadly, an edge of pain to her lips.
If I can help just one person, what does it matter? Then again, it looks like I can't even do that.
She abruptly stands, nodding quietly at me. How do you nod loudly at someone, though?
Thanks for the talk, Colonel. Time to get to class.
Let me walk you.
No, I'll be fine.
She strides out of the cafeteria without explanation. I'm frozen for a moment, working to process everything that I've learned. I'd always known that there was more to Kira than just a crazy, fun-loving thespian, but I never expected to catch the glimpse that I had. That I did. Maybe we have more in common than I originally thought. Who knows? I returned to the classroom in a daze, pondering this new turn of events. Even though I'm only slightly early, the classroom is already at full attendance. I guess that with curfew in effect, there isn't much else to do except come to class on time. You sure? I turned to the door. Nahiko is standing in the entryway, speaking quietly with the stocky boy from yesterday, Harubunya. I mean, what if you're right? Then we'll be damn glad that I decided to talk when I did. Maybe you shouldn't try this. Not yet. Why do you keep trying to stop me? 3 people, Haru. 3 people who were at the first meeting are gone. First meeting? First meeting of what? That's why I need to talk to her. Today. But you know the rumors! Shoji talked with her, and he's fine. Be careful, dude. When am I not? Haru nods in farewell and disappears down the hall. Nahiko agitatedly rubs at his hair as he takes a seat. I better choose my words carefully. Who was that? Huh? Oh, Haru. Oh, Haru? He's a club member. Club member? Of the best club on earth, of course! The Happy Club, making people happy since 2018! Hey! 2018's almost over though, so you better... well, never mind. That was a stupid point. Why did I say that? Oh yeah, the Happy Club. I always thought that it sounded like the stupidest thing in existence, but something dawns on me. What do you do in the Happy Club? I'd always assumed that it had something to do with alcohol or gambling, but... Why, we make depressed people happy, of course! I'm taken aback at this sudden display of altruism. Why? Why not? Not because he wants the undying loyalty of his future minions? Not because he wants to have a statue erected in his honor? I want to ask more, but the teacher promptly strides into the classroom, rapping her pointer against the nearest table. At the nearest table, the students quietly assemble. 3 people who were at the first meeting are gone. Yahiko have been talking about its club? Well, yeah. 3 of the victims attended the Happy Club. But what about the first 2 deaths before the Happy Club was even founded? Could they have a link to Yahiko? Could Yahiko know anything about the murders? Ah, you're looking particularly attentive today, Yama. Would you like to answer this question? I look up to the board. A terrifyingly large picture of a mutilated corpse is plastered in the center, mocking me through the gaps in its limbs and crimson bloodbath. My mind runs blank. No. Yama! I squeeze my eyes shut, shaking the image out of my head. A second look shows that the picture is just an artist's interpretation of the Isamu flag. No bodies, no blood, just brown and red. What the hell was that? 5 points deducted for lack of participation. Elizabeth?
Yes, ma'am. The flag officially adopted during Mayor Inori's first mandate represents the idea that anyone can succeed with hard work, regardless of background status, or upbringing. Thank you. Goodness gracious, I don't know what is going on with everyone today. Right, well, let's proceed. The flag is a proud symbol that has been acknowledged even by... I pull out of her lecture, disinterested, as my classmates secretly pass messages via their hacked desk tablets. I switch my own tablet on, but wince at the bold 10 digits that greet me in reply. Don't say that to me. Say that to him. I quickly close the application. My mind is a mess throughout the remainder of class. Thinking about Shoji, thinking about the crimes, it's just too much. Lunch could not have come sooner. Surprisingly, Yahiko turns to me when the bell rings. Hey, wanna grab some lunch with Masato and me? Kind of feels like it's been a while. Not that he mentions it, it really does. I almost don't remember the last time that the 4 of us had lunch together, assuming Rui joins us. I want to, I really do. But I don't know if I can talk to Masato after yesterday's exchange. I think I'll pass for today. You sure? Yeah, thanks for the invite, though. Okay. It's just, dude, I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. Sorry. Heck, some days I feel like I haven't seen me in a long time. Well, there's always room for more minions if you feel like joining. I'll keep that in mind. He all but skips out of the classroom, whistling between his teeth. A few days ago, I would have considered it completely natural. Now, it looks forced to me. I leave to get some lunch, ignoring Misaki's concerned gaze. After grabbing some takeout at the cafeteria, I settle in the courtyard, enjoying the fresh weather the best I can. It's fairly empty, and most students prefer to eat in the cafeteria. The only point of interest is the small group of girls huddled in the back corner, examining the wall. Wait a minute. You're a freak. I can't believe they still let you come here. First Akane, now Shoji? You must pay for this.
Of course. I edge closer, trying to find a clean perspective between the bundle of heads. I catch a glimpse of red hair. Again? Really?
Maybe the administration loves you, but we know the truth. We won't stop until we have justice. You should stop showing your dirty little face around here. How were those thumbtacks in your gym shoes? Did they give you an idea of the pain we feel? No, she probably took them and saved them for her voodoo dolls. Ugh, you're disgusting!
Despite their biting words, Ari doesn't even bat an eye. She stares emptily at them, their hands folded neatly in front of her.
Wow, look at her. She doesn't even care.
Are you even human? Do you feel nothing for the suffering of others? I bet she enjoys it. It's probably her favorite pastime. What kind of sick parents give a retard like you? I clench my hands as their words escalate to brutality. Ari isn't even lifting a finger to defend herself. Of course we're gonna step in. Screw this. No one deserves this kind of treatment. I step to the outer edge of the circle, keeping my voice flat. Innocent until proven guilty. Really seeing it now. The girls turned to me, surprise flickering across their faces.
Oh, well, if it isn't the heartless bastard.
I winced at her remark, but managed to recover in time to hide it. And if it isn't the overbearing moron.
Excuse me?
Don't even have the guts to bully a girl half your height without backup. She colors rapidly as the others leap to her defense.
We're not even bullying her. We're being fair. You can't talk. Look at what you said to Shoji.
Because clearly the best way to help a hurting friend is to hurt someone else. They completely disengaged Ari, including circling around me.
Ari's killed people. Why are you taking her side?
I bet he likes her.
Yeah, he took her side last time too.
I only absorb this calmly before I respond. Maybe Natsuki and Shiguri have ruined me for life. And you have concrete evidence of these murders? I'm sure that geniuses like you would never stoop to accuse someone without standing.
Well, whenever someone talks to her, they mysteriously disappear within the next few days.
You five have also talked to all the people who have disappeared, but the only things you've killed are brain cells. Try again.
What? Are you deaf? Haven't you heard all the rumors that she...
Oh, I see. In the world of idiots, rumors qualify as concrete evidence. They stew silently, working to speak past their rage. I seize the opportunity to guide Ari out of the circle. Before we can leave, one of the girls steps in front of me with a hard look in her eye.
You're taking the side of a monster.
I return her stare with equal frigidity. Frigidity. Until you have actual evidence, kindly refrain from increasing the amount of stupidity I have to hear. We stride away as the girls gape after us. I'm stricken with equal parts triumph and guilt. Yes, I won. I defended Ari. How ironic that it had to be by the same method that I condemned. Ah, this music! I don't know whether to feel creeped out or calmed by this music. I wonder if they used the real music box for the music box part, because I know they probably amplified it with something else, but I can hear, like, you know, the mechanics of, like, you know, of each note, but I don't know, maybe it's all synthetic, or synthesized, I don't know. We stop at the school rooftop, where I take a moment to absorb the fresh air. Ari walks in front of me and examines me closely, a quizzical tilt to her brow.
You were like Shigure.
Yeah, I was. I scoff dryly. She frowns.
Why did you stop them?
I sneak into the nearest bench. She settles beside me. Because. A weary laugh wrenches from my throat. Why don't you stop them yourself? Why did you stand there? Why did you just let them kill you inside? Even while I'm yelling, I already know the answer. Because it's easier. Easier to take the pain. Easier to just sit there. Easier to let people call you a freak, a weirdo, a madman. Easier for you to blame yourself. Instead of answering my question, Ari wordlessly pulls something from her jacket. The play case, a handheld gaming console from Lemon Escape. She starts it up, and after tapping idly on the screen, hands it to me. I recognize it as the strategy RPG port of Code Deus. Player versus player mode. You want to play against me? A tiny nod. Okay. I didn't know you played games much. I mean, apart from Left Alive and Fugue and all the games I've been too scared to play. I select Susumu Kuromochi as my hero, leaving Leroge Lamparade for Ari and start producing some basic units. Then I end my turn and pass the play case to her. You gonna keep letting them push you around like that? Ari taps the screen with blinding speed and hands it back.
I don't care.
Really? I can't see any of her units through the fog of war. I send out a recon scout as my heavy troopers slog from behind. They're saying some crazy stuff. Think of it this way. If you let them get away with it, they'll treat other people like people the same way too. Ari ponders a little before making her move, but her fingers are just as assured as before.
No, they only target me.
I notice bewilderment in that my recon unit has seemingly vanished into thin air. I guess that she destroyed it. Quickly capture a factory and begin to produce tanks. Why just you? She passes it back almost immediately.
They say it was because I have red hair.
What?
Therefore, I have no soul.
Oh my god, it's the ginger thing. I spot one of her infantry troops in the woods and quickly annihilate it with my tank. Nothing else is in sight. That's an old joke. It's just an excuse to be mean to you. Ari taps the play case. I hear an explosion and wince.
Is it supposed to be a funny joke?
My tank has vanished without a trace. I begin moving my forces towards the forest, while sneaking my hero across the edge of the map. No, it's a stupid joke, and it shouldn't have been made. I'll tell you a funnier one if you like. She smiles slightly as she returns the play case.
Yes.
Can't tell if she's smiling because she has surrounded my forces, or if she's excited to hear the joke. I slip my hero through the fog of war. What does a clock do when it's hungry?
Goes back for seconds.
Oh, I thought that was her. It goes back for seconds. I wait for the punchline to hit, but Ari only freezes, considering this joke for a long pause.
A clock can go back in time.
What? No, it's a pun. 4 seconds. 4 seconds. Going back for... Never mind. Nevertheless, Ari is smiling when she slips the pillow case into my hand. Wow! I would've Here, Yama, I'll give you a pity clap. Woo! I love puns! I actually do. Oh my god, oh my god, I want to complain about this thing. So my school, we have to watch, like, well, we used to have to watch this one thing called Channel 1, and, like, we had to do that on contract because, they gave us all the TVs to watch it on. So we had to watch it, like, every morning except Wednesdays. Like, and it was only 10 minutes. But now, like, the contract expired, but we still have the TVs, and they're obviously not going to take the TVs back because, like, ha! You're not playing, or, like, because they canceled the show. They ended the show, and the contract expired, so they don't have to show it anymore. So what they're doing now is that they're showing this 10 for 10 CNN show thing that's like 10 minutes long, obviously. And oh my god, the host of that show, he, like, towards the end segment, he always litters it, like, this, like, relating to the story, he always litters these fucking puns, and they're so bad. Like, it's just pun after pun after pun in the last few, like, in that last segment, and it's so bad. Like, you're not supposed to fucking cram a shit ton of puns in one sentence. Or like a few sentences back to back. You're supposed to, like, you know, sprinkle in like pepper. Make sure it's, like, spread out evenly instead of cramming it all in there, because when you do that, it's just like, especially when it's not funny the first time, because then no one's laughing. I'm just cringing. I have to watch this shit every morning except on Wednesdays, and I just fucking cringe the whole time. It's after, like, when he's saying all these puns, I was just like, so bad. Normally I love puns, but holy fuck, this guy is like, who the fuck is writing these? Who the fuck is writing the scripts for this? I want to find this person. I want to be like, stop using so much puns. And if it's the guy himself, stop using so much puns, please. Oh my god. I like how I'm complaining about this. Wow, this is an hour long. God, I need to hurry my ass up. Jeez. I'm left with just my final line of defense, but my hero finally reaches his intended destination, a special structure that doubles my Deus counter. How about this? A Mexican magician tells his audience that he'll disappear on the count of 3. He counts uno, then dos, and then disappears without a trace.
Ah! I thought stage magic was just an illusion.
I can only chuckle to myself. As expected, she completely missed the point. She makes her move. I hear a mass of explosions.
Oh, I won.
What? I grip the play case. Her units have completely surrounded my base and are one turn away from capturing my headquarters. Not today, La Rouge Lamparade! I triumphantly conquer the special objective with Susumu Kuromochi and activate my Deus. Table turn! I reverse the ratio of my soldiers to yours! Her soldiers suddenly swap colors, leaving her with practically nothing. Even if it's the end of my turn, I know I've used my Deus well. She looks at the screen intently. I sit back and relax, even if she manages to kill a few of my soldiers she's surrounded. Then she taps on the screen and smiles.
Good. Reinforcements.
What?! I lean over to look at the screen. My newly acquired soldiers still surround her character, but quite suddenly, from the other side of the screen, a small squad of soldiers has appeared. Normally a few soldiers would be nothing, but my army is still with La Rouge, and these new soldiers have a direct path to me. I blink and suddenly they're surrounding me. Susumu Kuromochi takes a couple down, but he's soon overrun. The words "Victor, La Rouge Lamparade" jump to life on the screen, oddly cheery considering the game's genre. That's somewhat anticlimactic. That was somewhat anticlimactic. What the? Where'd you get that peach from? And then she goes back to eating peaches, what she loves the most. You know, eating peaches and playing on handheld consoles is not a good idea because, you know, sticky sweet peaches juice. So you're the master of video games. Got it. Her smile widens suddenly. Is she happy with my compliment?
I just understood the joke.
What?
4 seconds. 4 seconds.
Oh!
I should research the one about the Mexican magician.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'll ever understand this girl. You're pretty passionate about games, huh? About video games, huh?
I enjoy them.
Are there any kinds you don't play?
Bad ones.
Well, I guess I can't argue on that one. So, do you have a favorite game out of all the ones you've played?
Hyper Fabio Brothers.
Hey, I love those Hyper Fabio Brothers too. That was a quick answer. Oh, why that one?
You fight against a bad guy who steals peaches.
Wow, that was a stretch! Oh my god! Oh my god! Wow! 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 That was a fucking stretch. I love it. I love it. I'm not sure what I was expecting. I'm not sure what I was expecting either, but goddamn. So, what got you into video games anyway? You didn't strike me as a gamer when I first met you. Then again, she didn't strike me as a singer, and look how well that turned out.
They seemed fun, so I played some. They were fun.
So did someone just buy you a console and you decided, sweet, video games, or something like that? Like, what was the first game you ever played?
Castles and Creatures.
Castles and Creatures, wait, isn't that that's a tabletop game, right? Old-fashioned to make your own stats, play with the party, go on adventures, all that stuff?
Yes.
How long?
Standard table is 2 meters long.
No, I mean, how many years have you been playing tabletop? Speaking of Ari Hiraga is unnaturally good exercise in creating complete sentences.
Including... around 5 years. I played a lot before I learned about video games.
But don't you need... I completely stopped myself. A group of friends. That's what I was going to say, but it sounds too cruel even for me. Never mind.
I played with AI.
Huh?
AI, artificial intelligence.
I know what it means! I was just surprised.
Why? That's what was available.
Available? Available where?
At the
Hey. We turn in synchronization. Harubunya is standing at the rooftop entrance, arms folded across his chest. Well, that was convenient. I need to talk to you, Hiraga. I glance at Ari, looking for signs of discomfort. Her face is completely blank.
Leave, Yama.
The words are harsh, but her voice is soft. It's almost as if she was expecting this encounter. If you say so. I move to the door, but Haru grabs my shoulder, his eyes piercing into mine. Watch yourself. He releases me and continues to Ari as if he'd never said anything. So, this is what he meant earlier today? He was going to talk with Ari? Yeah, I kind of figured that. Clearly both he and Yahiko believe the rumors about Ari being tied with the disappearances, but despite that, he's still talking with her. Just what could be so urgent to trump their fears? Who knows? I shake off my apprehension and return to class, resolving to ignore his words. Afternoon classes are just as dreary as the morning, with one key difference. Yahiko is absent. Oh. Well, guys, I don't want this to go on for too long, so I'm really sorry, but I'm gonna end it here. I know, I suck. I suck a lot. But, you know, I feel like this is a good time. And I've recorded for an hour, and I have other stuff to do. But anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this episode of Lucid9, leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, die safely. Bye-bye!